Hey, Denny.
Yo.
This is your show intervention. You've been way too quiet this whole time. You gotta step that shit up.
Don't worry. When the show comes on,
turn on the magic is what you'll do.
Are you doing? Are you reading rap tonight?
We didn't talk about it, but if he puts me on the spot, I still can.
Yippee yippee y'all, yippee yow, yippee yay. Where my hood rats at?
From the front to back.
Anybody watch the Masked Singer finale last night?
No.
Does he actually have it going on right now?
It was just me and Jake that watched the Masked Singer.
I watch it, but I haven't started. Well, I think I'm 3 episodes into this season.
Let's see here. I'm going to text Andrew. No music.
Oh, yeah. I can just hear Sugar singing when I went to the stream.
Oh.
I need to go grab a water. I'll be right back.
There we go.
Come on!
Okay, so I joined this group on Facebook that's just egg-related memes.
Stupid.
It's a completely stupid group, but I never knew that there were so many egg-related memes out there.
Oh, did you ever see that group for the garlic bread memes?
Yeah.
I do love that one.
Come on!
Hey, Holly, you should bring the missus on the show sometime.
She's shy.
We can have her tell us deep, dark secrets about you.
I like that.
You'll get more out of me than you will her.
Come on.
Oh, crap. We forgot to talk crap about Denny.
You probably were, and you're just trying to make me think you weren't.
I was sitting way too close to the camera. Like, I look pretty again now. I was like, what's wrong with my makeup? No, just too close to the camera.
Oh, Andrew's going to get dressed.
Oh, man.
Come
on.
One of these days, I want him to just show back up on camera in a bedazzled jacket. By the way, bedazzle, another word that you owe to Shakespeare.
Good for him.
I mean, we can look back now and be like, look at all these words that Shakespeare invented and gave us. But back then, they're probably like, he's just making stuff up.
They couldn't read anyways. They don't even know all the words. They're like, oh yeah, bedazzle. I always like to say that.
Come on!
Like if somebody tried to invent words today, there'd be so many grammar Nazis after them.
God, I would be one of them. I can't stand.
Oh.
You use like the wrong to or the wrong there. I have literally no respect. I'm like, oh, you're dumb. I'll look good from this angle. I literally am the obese Marilyn Monroe. Like, I literally am. There's no arguing.
All right, well, I have found the perfect grammar Nazi there, Sugar.
Who?
I'm gonna get the link for this here.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. It is. Oh, not yet. No, not yet. I can start a little early there. Welcome to the show, everybody. It is Thursday. It's our Friday because it's our last show of the week. portion of the show brought to you in part by Glick Electrical Services, providing you with both commercial and residential clients. Our services range from installing simple light fixtures to installing generators in factories. They do it all and provide customer service you deserve. Call today. New Power Property Services. They clean and sanitize for your protection. What are you laughing at? You laughing
People
at, Sugar?
sent a picture in the group chat, and then I forgot we were talking on the air, and so
Shut up,
I looked
Sugar.
at it and I
All
laughed
New
really
Power
hard.
Property Services. Get your house, get your apartment, get your business, get your restaurant clean and ready to go, especially for the weekend. And a Twice But Nice retail shop. Buying and selling baby equipment, toys, books, outerwear, clothes, formula, diapers, and so much more to fit your family's needs. They have clothing for boys and girls 0 to 16. They also have Planet Fashion, which is for teens and young adults. All right, let's do this.
And now, our feature presentation.
This is Ed McMahon. And now, here's Andrew.
Andrew Z. I love that Andrew Z. I said Andrew Z. In the morning, it's time to wake up. Andrew Z. Yeah.
May 21st, 2020, the year of our Lord. Welcome to the show. Chris Tiefel on the top. Producer Holly on the other side. Where the hell's she been? Tramping around. At the bottom, it's Sugar of Vermont. And sitting next to her, Denny. Well, wait a minute. Sugar, where are your hands? Because I see Denny's right there. He's got a smile on his face. Where your let me see your hands, Sugar.
Nope.
Let me see. You can't show him.
I'd be doing a lot more than smiling, I'm sure.
Okay, baby, you right.
Woo! What's up, everybody? This is our 49th show.
Oh,
Monday will be 50 shows that we've done. That's a lot of shows in a short amount of time.
we're awesome.
We are AWESOME. We're awesome. We're awesome. Hey, AWESOME.
Andrew,
Yes.
I would have thought that you saved coming out until the 50th show, but good for you, honey.
How dare you?
Welcome.
How dare you? Couple things to start off with. So, Gina doing some work for me on the Facebook page, on the Andrews in the Morning Facebook page. And she's, so I have to verify who I am at one point. So I give her my driver's license or whatever to verify who I am. And then she's like, okay, I need your social security number and the links to your bank accounts. So I hand the phone. I hand the phone over to Colleen. I'm like, Colleen, I put my social security information there, but can you give her the banking information? I don't have it. So Colleen proceeds to type the banking information into the phone, to which Gina then says, I was just kidding.
Oh, that Gina.
It
She's
was that
always a
easy.
tricky lady.
It was that easy, you guys. I had all his info in like 30 seconds.
That's
I mean, he's broke, so it didn't really matter.
Hey, I'm
There's
broke.
my Gina.
I'm broke for real. So
I'm all
Andrew,
for someone stealing my identity.
yeah, Andrew could get his identity stolen and his credit score would go up.
No, that's exactly what I was going to say, you little bitch.
So then after he sends me a social security number, I said, oh my gosh, I'm actually surprised that your social security number is not 0000002.
How'd you keep track of those zeros?
why is that funny?
I would have
Holly?
I didn't.
lost.
I didn't. Did you count?
Holly,
Did I do it right?
Holly, why is that funny?
Zero
Holly?
zero 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 two.
I'm coming at Holly for that one. She laughed a little too loud.
Nope. You had 7 instead of 9 numbers, sweetie.
I mean, it's because it was one of the original social security numbers, so they didn't
I
need as
get
many
it.
numbers.
Yeah, that's true. They needed less zeros back in the day.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, maybe just like 1.
Yeah. So there's that. And the other one, so I just noticed that on our front door, so we have a side door that goes right to the cars. So I always take the side door, to go anywhere. I don't go anywhere in the front door. I mean, I'm not a guest.
Plus he's worried if he opens his front door, there'll be people out there throwing stuff at him.
So I don't ever go to the front door. So today, the side door was locked. So I came to the front door, and there's a note on the door. There's a note on. It's not funny.
It's
Oh,
kind of funny.
Oh, Colleen's here. I forgot to say she's sauntered on in here. So the sign on the door
The note
says,
says,
if you have packages, do not ring the doorbell. Husband doesn't know. And then there's an arrow to just set him down on the ground. That's not fun. So I'm like, what the F is this?
If I'm that delivery guy, I'm ringing the crap out of that
Thank you.
doorbell.
I know. Where's the man loyalty? The postman's a dude.
nope.
No, you wouldn't, Denny, because it will shut your business down when we all have to stop ordering stuff.
So the postal man leaves
Postal
them.
man?
Yes, he leaves
They
them.
could have still knocked.
No, he leaves them in the mailbox and messages me on Facebook.
Oh my
And then
god.
if he can't fit it in there in the
I'm
mailbox,
so annoyed right now.
like Josie's tricycle didn't fit in the mailbox. So he messaged me, "Where do you want me to leave it?" And I said, "The porch is fine."
The dude is in cahoots with that is. I didn't even know that part.
But your mom was also helping me cover it up.
Did you tip him
Ellie,
as well?
why are you hating on everybody right now?
I know.
Like, you're not supposed to snitch on the people helping.
Right, she's throwing everybody under the bus. Snitches get stitches, girl. Come on, I thought you were.
She goes down. She's
Taking everybody. She's taking everybody.
taking the whole organization down.
She is. She's the worst. I wish you would have known where Osama bin Laden was. We wouldn't have wasted so much time. Say hi to Mama Judy. What's up,
Hi,
Mama
Judy.
Hi, Mama Judy.
Mike Nottage, who we love.
Do we really though?
Oh, so my sister, Mike's wife there.
So yeah. So your sister is Georgia, and then Mike is your brother-in-law. Go ahead.
Yeah, so she sends the family a text earlier today with her having a big bruise right here under her chin. Her first message is apparently I guess I shouldn't have talked back to Mike.
Oh God! Oh God! Oh God!
The real story is apparently she bent over to pick up something and he threw a almost empty tea bottle toward the trash, and they kind of collided at the same right there. It was right there. And I told her, I said, I knew your story was fake from the get-go because an uppercut to the jaw is not usually the first go-to for spousal abuse.
Right? No.
You build up to
that.
that.
Not giving uppercuts.
Start with pinching, Jesus.
Well, here's the problem too, is let's say the worst thing for a guy is to have a significant other have anything go on their face, because even when you deny it, you sound guilty. Like, even if you had nothing to do with it, there is no denying it. You're like I just to let you know I didn't do that. You're like, well, God, it sounds like I did it.
Well, honestly, her real story sounds like one of those made-up ones abused wives would come up with anyway, to like get their husband off the hook.
I know this is horrible of me, but it's me, so of course it is. But like, if a guy's hot enough, I'm like, just punch me,
Stop.
do me over the counter, and I will. If Thor punches me, what's his name, the actor? I'm fine. I'm staying.
Sorbo?
I'm staying.
All right, but
Yeah.
This
But
Kevin
no.
Sorbo.
in the
That's Hercules.
Oh no,
man.
I thought she said Hercules. Sorry.
No, but like,
if you're into that thing in the throes of passion, that's different than what we're
no,
talking
even not like what's his
Stop.
name, Hemsworth.
No.
about.
No, I'd be like, he could punch me in the face, and I'd be like, I'm sorry, I put too much spice in the chili.
Some spanking, a
not
little light
funny.
choking, maybe a light slap across the face, but you're not punching somebody in the throes of
Yeah,
passion.
there's no-
I would let Chris
All right,
Hemsworth
stop,
punch me.
Sherry.
Look
Stop,
at
Sherry.
Denny. Denny just went like this.
Stop.
I mean,
Stop, Sherry.
I
Okay.
mean,
Real quick, I got to say hi to Angelica Ellinger. I got to say hi to Ashley
What kind of
Dickey.
weird stuff you into, Denny?
I got to say hi to Larissa
No.
in
I was
Texas.
kidding.
Oh, that's not
he
what I'm
didn't really
into.
do that.
I got to say hi to Maricela Mugler, Randy.
Did you
Renee.
see what Larissa in Texas had to say?
Oh, was it about the shooting thing?
She said we had a terror attack at the
Yeah.
Navy base in Corpus Christi this morning, and
Oh, is
the SWAT team is getting ready to raid the second suspect's house right now.
I hope everybody's going to be okay.
I know.
I let her know we're sending prayers.
Good, thank you very much, Hollis. I forgot you were here. I'm saying all these people, and I'm like, oh, I forgot. Holly hasn't been here in like 3 weeks, so it was
It has not
It's
been
been
that
like
long.
2 days.
It's been this week.
I guess
We missed you so much.
We
That's
did.
what it was.
I gotta
And
say,
I've missed you all too. I was sitting here at 8:30, like ready to go.
You had like
Coming
30
in.
anniversaries in the past week.
go ahead, Colleen.
Hey, Holly,
Yeah.
did my aunt send my Tupperware order to your house?
I haven't received any Tupperware yet,
How
but
about
she
this-
may
Holly,
have included it in
Tucker.
mine.
How about a text, a Facebook message? How about something else?
Oh my God, girl.
Don't knock on the door when you come to deliver.
Yeah.
And Colleen, why are you ratting yourself out?
I know I can't.
Aunt Karen bought it.
All right, real quick, I got to say hi to my friend Dakota Mendenhall. Mendenhall's a great friend of mine. He's a radio buddy.
Oh,
so I
Dakota, hi.
appreciate Dakota listening. Okay, the other thing too is so Colleen bought ice cream, which is normal. Women love ice cream, no big deal. But she
men don't?
but
Just women?
She buys Superman ice cream. And I'm like,
I love
are
that
you,
shit.
I'm like, are you 4? What are you doing right now?
You're gonna lose this battle, buddy.
Superman ice cream? No, there's no real adult that eats Superman ice cream.
Hello, raising hand. Yes, I do.
You're fat. What ice cream will you not eat?
Bitch,
Danny?
I will cut you through the screen.
Denny,
Wait, was that news to you? You did not know that?
What?
Is that news that she's fat? She had no idea?
Well, I'm just
Giant-
Surprise!
I am pleasantly plump. So back off.
But wait, I'm confused as to what makes it children's ice cream.
because it's Superman flavors. I don't know. I mean, it's
Wait,
adults
does it
don't
taste
eat-
like Superman?
no,
Yes.
it's Blue Moon.
No, it
I'm
tastes like
still
Superman. That's why I
confused
love
why
it.
only women like ice cream.
No, women love ice cream. Men like ice cream. Women love ice cream. Come on, you're
You got
saying
some weird opinions there, Andrew.
He does
Why
have
didn't you let him
weird
be the
opinions.
host?
it's the fact.
Yeah, you're so sexist. You're talking about women liking ice cream. You were talking about being fine with Chris Hemsworth punching somebody. You're out of control, Andrew.
I didn't say that.
You're out of control, Andrew. What's
Andrew,
your
you eat more
statement?
ice cream than I do.
Well,
He eats more everything than you do,
it's not
Colleen.
because I'm a guy. It's because I'm fat. It's got nothing to do with it. All right.
But there's nothing wrong with Superman ice cream. Everybody tell him.
It's the best.
Yeah, I love it.
Never had it.
But
Such a
the
child ice
best
cream.
brand is the Purple Cow from Meyer.
It is, but have you had that? What was that? Hansville that I had? Oh, it was so good.
I'm not gonna
No.
I'm not gonna jump on Andrew's side here because I really don't know, but I honestly haven't eaten Superman ice cream since I was a kid.
Thank you.
And okay, I'm not trying to like jump sides here or whatever,
Why,
but
Danny?
like
Why do you want to play Switzerland? What's your deal?
He's playing both sides, so he always comes out on top.
Have you met Colleen and I? I don't think anybody really wants to go up against us on purpose.
well, no, like I just don't
And we
I
have
don't know
Molly and
if it's
sugar.
good or not.
It's delicious.
And
can't
we have
remember.
Holly and Sugar now.
Yeah.
You screwed.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's 4 of us tonight.
All right, a bunch of stuff to get into. First thing we're going to do is this just broke a couple hours ago. The man who filmed Ahmaud Arbery's death has now been arrested on related charges. You guys know that he was the black kid from Georgia that was jogging and got roadblocked, and then the dad was in the back of the truck, and then the kid kind of stopped him. They had a tussle for the gun, and then Ahmaud got shot. So now this guy has been arrested, charges of felony murder and criminal attempt to commit false imprisonment in connection with the Arbery slaying. Which the murder part surprised me. He was just taking the video. That part surprises me a little bit.
All the participants if you're committing a felony and somebody dies, all the participants
Yep.
get charged.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
It's
he
like-
blocked his path to retreat when he pulled up behind them. The guy, he wouldn't, what's his name? Amari?
Yeah.
My
Come on.
Ahmad, thank you. Sorry. Ahmad couldn't have backtracked because there was a car then behind him.
Yeah, but it seemed like that guy pulled up later. Like Ahmaud wasn't trying to back up. At that point, he was already in the tussle for the gun.
I think that dude was in on the whole chase him down thing.
Yeah, and to Chris's point, if Andrew, if like, see, the thing is, he was his first crime was the false imprisonment thing, and so that's the first crime. So if me, you, and Chris break into a house and then you shoot the owner of the house, we can all be charged with murder, even though our first crime was only the breaking and entering.
Gotcha.
Well, and to that point that you just made, Denny, there were 3 kids. They broke into a house, and the homeowner shot and killed one of the 3. The other 2 kids were charged with his murder because the murder happened in.
Wow.
Yeah, in
I've heard about that one. Yeah.
In Florida, a guy's roommate took his car and went and killed somebody, and the roommate was sleeping. The roommate was charged with murder because his car was used. In that, he's still in jail for life for that.
There have been cases where cops have shot somebody from during their committing a felony, and they charged the other person with the murder
death
of the person because they forced the cop to do it.
Right.
So I mean, this whole thing. We'll see. I mean, here I'm trying to think how far to go into this. You know that they're right now. Tell me if I sound crazy, but it's 100% true. I mean,
Yes.
it's on mainstream. Believe me, it's real. I've checked
Yes, you
it.
sound crazy.
There are bots right now just pounding us with the right side, with Trump's side. There are bots pounding just to have division in America. Like there's people that are saying that they're just, and 100% lies. Like every single thing that's coming out that is being pushed out by these bots from wherever they're coming, China or Russia or wherever, it's all lies, just targeted towards the radical right to keep them riled up. And it's like working overtime right now, harder than it's ever worked before. This bot farm. Go ahead, Sugar.
I actually dug into that whole Russian thing 4 years ago because I was like obsessed and I'm crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, yeah, Russia absolutely does do that, and they do use bots.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing is, it's not just on the right or the left. The largest Facebook pages, Twitter pages, and Instagram for Black Lives Matter were all ran by Russia. They had a story in the New York Times. It's all true.
Believe that.
No, it's true.
Yeah, it's because it's just a divisive. Black Lives Matter was very divisive.
Well, the point of that would be to taint the purpose of Black Lives Matter and to turn it into a terrorist organization, because Black Lives Matter, the movement was really just a hashtag. It didn't start out as like an actual
right, and then Russia immediately picked it up. Like some of the biggest gatherings and meetings of the Black Lives Matter movement were organized by Russia.
Yeah, and I know that
It's
for a
crazy.
fact as well. It is crazy, but it's not even that much that to make it as much a terrorist organization. I'm not saying it's not that, but its main thing is they just want continuous chaos in this country. They want us constantly fighting. They'll take both sides. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
right.
As long as they can sow chaos, and they're trying to destroy the country from the inside, and the radicals are too stupid to see it. Until probably it's too late. I don't know. All right, let's move on to this other one. Governor DeWine made some new announcements today.
Daddy DeWine.
Bowling, sports training, and banquet halls now have reopen dates. We can now have weddings of 300 or more from beginning June 1st. And I think a lot of people canceled their weddings too to get their deposits or to get to not have to be out all their money. And June 1st, you can now have 300 person weddings again. Go ahead, Tifel.
There was also the fact that the court also ruled that they can't hold back gyms.
Right, they can open immediately. Go ahead, Colleen.
So we're just gonna go jump off.
It's it.
Yeah, so we're just gonna jump off a cliff.
We're jumping.
So we're gonna go from 10 people to 300 people, just like
jumping.
Okay.
Yeah, we're jumping.
Corona, it doesn't exist anymore.
No, it doesn't.
It's gone.
It doesn't.
Gone.
It's been magically the warm weather. It's going to be 90.
Disappeared.
It's gone starting Monday. So thank goodness.
Monday.
Yeah, Monday. It's going to be.
So stay home until Monday, and then we're good.
Josie's parade.
No, Monday morning, 8 a.m. it goes away. So
good.
only going to be here till Monday morning, and then it goes away, and then we can go to
Good
bed.
thing I sleep till 10.
And our cases will be down to 0 very soon.
Yeah, then we can go to batting cages and bowling alleys and weddings, and
we can start making out with each other again, strangers.
Absolutely, dude. It's fine. It's all good.
It's
How
crazy.
you doing, Danny?
It's no issues.
Hey.
I'm gonna stay in my house with bubble wrap. Okay, guys.
No issues at all. Go ahead, Sugar.
It's really interesting to see, obviously, the huge government push to reopen everything and get the economy going and blah, blah, blah. I mean, obviously, all of the government is kind of conspiring to do that. Mm-hmm. But the one thing that they are not messing with, and they're actually still making a little harder, is for schools to reopen. They're not playing games with that. The CDC just released guidelines, and they're almost
we talked about that yesterday.
Okay, well, I wasn't here. They're almost impossible to follow. So that is one thing that no one's pushing to reopen early, and I find that very
I
interesting.
want to come back to that. Go ahead, Denny.
What I was going to say is, I think one of the main reasons that we're seeing the government push so hard for it, specifically the Trump administration, is there's a lot of election models coming out now, and almost every single one of them have switched to him winning. Because the incumbents are extremely tough to beat, to him losing because almost every single time that the economy looks this way, the incumbent loses.
Right. So the goal is deny that it's happening. It's not my fault. But I have to win. I have to have the economy. The economy has to be going.
Yep.
And he's made the gamble. Lives lost, be damned. It doesn't matter. We got to get rolling. Go ahead, Holly.
My question is, what happened to the phases and the
it's gone.
2 weeks?
Thrown out the window.
It's all gone.
All
It's
gone.
Well, they had them. They
Faucets
just had them
open.
really fast, like one day at a time.
Yeah, it was like every 3
Whoa.
days there was a phase.
It's
Like,
so
woo.
ridiculous. The whole thing is ridiculous. We're going to find out how it goes. I mean, they say that the South right now, they're already rising in cases because all the Republican governors have just said, "Yahoo, yippee-ki-yay, let's do this," and they're already
They shot their
rising
guns in the
cases.
air like Yosemite Sam.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
Well,
Trump
here we go.
Trump has already ruled out doing something similar if
Yeah, he's done.
if there's a serious second wave.
Said that today. No, he's not shutting it down again. Once
I
we're up
told
and
you
going,
that. I
don't
Wait,
care.
told
DeWine
that
said
last
that?
week.
I don't
What?
care.
Trump.
Trump said
Oh,
that
Trump. Well,
Well,
he's
today. Said it today. So
They had a Florida mayor or governor on, and he's talking about, oh, we opened back up and we had people flying down from the hot spot epicenter
Yeah,
from
that's
New
what he's
York,
blaming
and
it
we
on.
still maintained cases. We
that's a
did
good
good.
impression, Holly.
Somebody needs to recognize that.
well,
You like that?
So back to
I like
the,
That's what I've been.
voice just slightly.
back to the school.
That's what I've been working on the past 3 days. I wasn't here.
Back to the schools real quick. Those guidelines that people are all worked up about, and I mean worked up. It's like, oh, those guidelines are never going to work. Blah blah blah. Dude, it's for the kids. No one's. They're saying if in a perfect world, this is what the guidelines need to be. Now, obviously, we're not in a perfect world, and they're kids. So, but you do as many of those as you can. Like it's so weird. You do as many of those as you can. They're pissed at the government. Oh, I can't believe that. Dude,
Right.
we're trying to
Recommendations
who
to keep
who are
your
you-
children alive.
who are you-
Jesus.
Do you
Yeah, who are
do you
you
think it
fighting
has
with?
anything to do with that pulmonary issue they're seeing? in
I
kids
don't
now?
know. I blame China and the aliens. I have no idea at this point.
but it's like they're mad at us. They're mad at the government for trying to save your child. What do you?
Yeah.
I mean, you're fighting over a disease. What do you want us to do? I don't get it. It's so weird. Anyway, so everything's back open. We're rolling. Let's do this.
Crazy,
Let's just
crazy.
let's have some concerts and let's do some stadium tours and let's roll. What are we waiting on?
Most artists have postponed all of their concerts until 2021.
Yeah.
Didn't they just cancel the Ohio State Fair?
Yeah. It was,
Yeah.
it was
Just
today.
today or something?
Yeah, today.
I was just telling them before the show, they just today canceled Faster Horses, and that's the third weekend in July.
The big country concert. All right, so this is another one. Lori Loughlin and Massimo, her husband, are going to plead guilty in the college admissions scandal.
Didn't she already go to?
This is no, that's the other one did.
I feel like we talk about Aunt Becky
Felicity
way
Huffman.
too much for it to be 2020.
We really do.
In a major turn of events, she has flipped to a guilty plea from innocent in the college admissions scandal, and she's agreed to do 2 months in prison and then pay $150,000 fine and 2 years 2 years of supervised release with 100 hours of community service, and then this thing goes away. So Aunt Becky will be going to prison. So we're all going to be so much safer in this world with Aunt Becky in prison. So
What else?
stupid.
What else did she do other than Full House and the reboot of Full House?
She was on
Lifetime.
all those
Lifetime movies,
Hallmark,
yeah.
Hallmark.
Hallmark
I'm sorry,
and
yeah.
Lifetime movies.
Didn't she do a soap opera at one point too?
She may have, but her bread and butter was Hallmark, Lifetime, all that stuff. That's why you would have never seen her, Tifa, because she's on. Women loved her, and she was on all that stuff. Go ahead, Sugar.
I just have a question. When you said you were reading the top of the article, you said Lori Loughlin and Massimo, her husband. Was it because you absolutely cannot pronounce his last name?
Yes.
Okay, just checking. I
course.
thought so.
I don't know what it. the hell, dude? Who cares? It's Lori Loughlin and Mr. Lori Loughlin. Who cares? I mean, really? That's
he was never on Full House. He's irrelevant.
Yeah, he's irrelevant. Unless you're on
Massimo Giannulli.
I don't know.
Giannulli.
Unless you were on Full House, you don't matter in this world. So
I feel like Tifo just said like an Italian American slur right there.
I feel like I did too. I want to take a moment to apologize to all the Dons out there.
Not sure what I'm apologizing for, but you need to do that.
Tifo's going to wake up with a horse's head in his bed now.
Yeah. Go ahead, Gina.
You probably didn't see the message, but it's coronavirus stuff.
Okay, I have one thing to say about Full House before we coronavirus.
Yeah, do that. This isn't that important.
Okay.
The only thing about Full House, John Stamos has aged like a fine wine. Like he looks younger now than he did then. Like, oh my gay God,
it's ridiculous.
He is a biscuit.
He has done a deal with the devil because there's no way that dude is almost 60. Are you kidding me? He looks he looks better.
Yes.
It's crazy. He just
go ahead, Denny.
He just played in a Netflix show where he like played the side piece love interest of a major 20-something-year-old character.
Yep.
I mean, and he's old enough to be her grandfather.
I know, dude. Can you imagine having that dude's life? Like,
I imagine being in his life.
Me too.
He shut up, Colleen. He's never worked a day in his life. I mean, he's got all the money he needs. He's got the good looks. He's got
the look.
He's had
acting is work.
He's made love to every woman in Hollywood. I mean, dude, what kind of life is that? Go ahead, Denny.
When I was heavy into the comedy scene, God, why am I drawing a blank on his name? No, the Danny Tanner. Bob Saget.
Bob Saget.
Bob Saget did a show at Connections, and I kind of went up there to help out. And I was hanging out with Bob Saget in the green room, and we were sitting there talking. And he goes, "I'm not saying my good friend Bob Saget."
Well, I'll tell you my good friend Bob Saget story when you're done.
But I was like, we were just talking about anything, and he was like, "Yeah, like I'm texting John Stamos right now," and I'm like, "That's the coolest effing thing I've ever heard in my entire life." And he actually called during his set. He called John Stamos. And had him up on speakerphone on his microphone on the microphone, and John Stamos was hanging out with two women. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm hanging out with these two girls, and they want to talk to you." And he's like, "Well, I'm on stage right now, so I don't know how much we can say." And I'm like, John Stamos lives the exact life that you think he lived.
Exactly. I know. Isn't that great?
I would let John Stamos do the most unholy things to my body.
John Stamos or Thor?
Go ahead.
Both at the same time. Oh my God! Oh, I need my smelling salts. I'm about to faint.
Go ahead, Holly.
Brittany said that Mario Lopez must be one of Sugar's lizard people thingy guys.
I'm just saying, Mario Lopez was he was in some swimming movie in Speedos, and I had a TV guide, and he was on page 17, and that TV guide stayed under my bed. I was like 15. I was like, oh, Mario.
Mario. This portion of the show brought to you in part by DMX Lawn and Landscape.
Y'all gonna make me mow your lawn up in here? Up in here. I almost forgot.
She was thinking about Mario there.
I really
zoned out for a minute.
I feel so bad for them.
I wish I still had that TV guide, man. That was a good picture.
Yeah, you go from Sugar talking about Mario Lopez under her bed to lawn and landscape.
They did our lawn last night, yesterday rather. They did an amazing job. So thank you, DMX Lawn and Landscape. They can do your lawn too. Extreme Class Limousines. Good friend Guy, grocery guy. He'll do your groceries. He'll do your errands. He'll do your limousine, whatever you need.
I've told you only if he does my grocery delivery in a limousine.
Well, yes, the high class groceries. Extreme Class Limousine. Give him a call. Gloss and Glam by Julianne, your lip sense distributor. I mean, you don't want to have the camera on Colleen today, but usually you see her work.
Yeah, I got a whole Georgia Tifo going on over here.
What does that mean? Wow. Calling out Georgia like that. RCI Interior Design.
I don't think that's who she was calling out, Bob.
It was a joke.
Oh, I didn't get it. Okay.
Nobody would ever believe that Andrew's confusing you because, look at the dynamic.
I totally would believe it.
I would
for
believe,
both of them.
Wouldn't you believe
They're
she would be abusing me?
each other.
Oh yeah, she would totally abuse the crap out of you.
Yeah.
He would take it because you're.
All right.
Also
RCI
misfeed.
Interior Design specializing in residential, small commercial, and senior living interior design. All right. Gina, did you have something before I move on?
I have some COVID stats for you. You guys want to know or no? Is that okay?
So just tell me.
I guess.
Okay, so nationally we have almost 5,000 deaths in 3 days.
Jesus.
In Ohio,
Wait, real quick. So what's the high? A 3 day? What would be a 3 day high? Like where are we at? Are we?
I mean,
at the
we're
high
at
end, or
we're at the high.
Okay.
Yeah, we're at the high.
Is so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
worse.
makes sense.
Soaring with the Eagles.
Yeah.
The number of the total number of confirmed cases in Ohio has went up by 2,000 in 3 days. Hospitalizations is up by 300. And then in Lucas County, we have 60 some confirmed new cases and 10 deaths in 3 days.
The problem is the numbers are so people don't realize how astronomical the numbers are because they're spread out over 50 states. 100,000 people. Let's say it's 2,000 people per state. That means if there's 100 counties, it's 20 people per county. It's not that. It doesn't seem like that big a deal, but you have to measure this up against other things that have happened to us. And these numbers are, in 3 months, to have 100,000 Americans dead, to have 1.5 million Americans infected. But people just, like, the president downplays it, so they fall in line. I mean, that's their Monfieur or whatever. Go ahead, Tifel.
It's not that they don't see the seriousness of it. It's they don't believe the death numbers. They don't believe the infected numbers.
Yeah, anything that goes against him, the machine, the crazy right-wing machine, just discounts everything to make them not believe it. And
Let's be fair, because in Colorado now it is documented that people that they were. Okay, here's the biggest problem. There's no national standard to documenting deaths. Okay, it goes state by state. Some states are only documenting confirmed cases that died from COVID. Colorado was documenting cases of anybody that died with COVID. And the difference is that if I got into a car accident and they tested me in the morgue and I tested positive for coronavirus went on my death certificate. And that's true. And it was happening. And so they fixed that problem. And when they went back, about 24%, which was about 200 to 300 people, did not die from COVID. They died with COVID, and there is a difference.
Well, but the problem goes back to the known, like the national government not taking charge. Like, this is the standard. Sure. This is how we're doing things. This is when you're leaving it to state. And like, there's some Republican states because they don't want you to. This is crazy. They don't want you to know how many infected people are in meat plants. You can't. They don't even have to report them until they hit 10% for some odd reason. Once we have a 10% of the whole factory is infected, we'll let you know. Other than that, we're not going to let you know. What are you talking? Like, it makes no sense, but they're protecting.
Right, and then that's what I was going to say too. On the flip side of that is that there are people dying from coronavirus that we don't know that they died from coronavirus. A ton
of people, yeah,
exactly.
So there's a balance, but the thing is what that did was that those cases in Colorado now. And I don't know if it's other states, but it gave them all the ammo they need.
Yes, they're morsel of truth. Every conspiracy theory, every crazy whatever, there is a morsel of truth to it. That's what makes it believable for the crazy people. That's what it is. They're not made out of whole cloth. They're not going to say a ghost, the boogeyman is coming down and killing people. No one's going to believe that. But you have to take the piece, like Gina said, the piece of reporting, and then you circle that with bullshit, and that's how you get them. Go ahead, Holly.
What?
Right.
Well, everybody that shared that article that says, "Oh, hospitals are writing down COVID as a diagnosis so they can get more money." Everybody that shared that article, I unfollowed and or blocked on Facebook because
but it turns out sometimes it's true.
Well, there's
a morsel of truth. A morsel.
But wait,
there's the morsel
listen.
of truth. Go ahead, Holly.
When you read the article, it said, yes, hospitals are getting more for people that have COVID, but it's because they need more treatment. It's not because they're writing down COVID just to put it down. No, it's because they need that money for the ventilators and everything
even,
else.
Even more than that, the reason they're getting more, the more is coming from Medicaid. And I'm sorry, I know I'm talking a lot, but facts are so important to me in this, especially in this situation.
Here's I'm going to let you talk, Gina, but here's the balancing act. It's like, do people want to come here every night and put everything in context, like out of the crazy world, and put it in a normal context, or do they want to come here and forget about it? I don't know, or it's a little bit of both. I mean, we need to probably do a combination of both.
I feel like both, but I want to say this, and then I will not talk about COVID the rest of the night. You guys can have the conversations, but I want to say this: when it comes to they get more money. There is Medicaid pays a very low percent. Medicaid and Medicare pay a very low percentage of the total hospital bill for patients. So if somebody's on Medicare and they go in, the hospital's only going to pay like 30% of their bill. And honestly, I don't even think it's that high. What the government has done is they said, okay, we'll give you a higher percentage for your COVID patients because we know that it costs more money to treat them. So we'll give you 60% of that bill. So yes, they're getting more money for COVID patients, but it's because, like Holly said, they're treating them more, and they're still not getting the full 100% bill, which, quite honestly, we all know how jacked up prices are.
Right.
But that's a whole different show.
They're only getting $600 for the Band-Aid instead of $1,000,
and they're losing a lot of money out the back door because of all the surgeries and all the other stuff that they can't do right now.
Yeah, all the elective
stuff. So there's some truth, and this is why it's such a hard battle. The information battle is such a hard battle to fight, because and then they do the rapid fire misinformation. Well, and they say it so fast that you're drowning.
Right, that's true.
In misinformation, you're correcting them. So I have done the same thing, Holly. I've just started unfollowing people. My mental health depends on it.
The biggest problem when it comes to those articles is that the people read the title. They don't read the article.
Yeah, I know.
So you see that, and then you go in and you read, oh, well, that's why they're getting more money for COVID patients.
Right.
Not because they're fake labeling them.
Right. Go ahead, Denny.
Listen, guys, everyone knows that Bill Gates made all this money just so he could try to kill a whole bunch of people and microchip us and then turn us into lizard people. And
that's just facts. Facts, America.
That's the one. That's the
everyone knows. It's so clear.
That's the
Wake up, sheeple.
That's one of the ones.
Don't forget about the murder hornet shooting 5G drones.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Don't get me started on those.
The Bill Gates one, that's the one that drives me the most crazy. This dude has a gazillion dollars. They had to make up a new category for his money. He's already said he's going to give up 90% of his wealth. And so he's gonna leave his company, give up 90% of his wealth to go create vaccines to make money.
He's already going around, and he's not making money on these vaccines. No. He's already going around and vaccinating like lower the third world countries and stuff like that. He's doing that because he's just a good guy. And then if you talk to anybody in the conspiracy theory community, it's this guy is so evil and he's just trying to make money, and it's like he has enough. He has all the money you can have. He has more money than God.
I know. I said this on Facebook. If I'm Bill Gates, you guys are talking shit to me. Dude, I'm taking my money. I'm gonna go buy an island and F all of you. You guys,
I'm not gonna do that.
You guys, can suck a big one because I don't need this ridiculousness. I'm just gonna go live on an island, and I don't need social media because I have more money than God, and I'm gonna live my life beautifully. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna handpick about 100 people that I want to go start the Bill Gates Island on, and then that's all the cool people that believe in that aren't crazy. And we're going to have a good old time. Go ahead, Tiefel. Damn
it. No, I was going to say, they based the whole thing. So they're saying that Bill Gates wants to do population control, and they based the whole thing off of a misquote. What he was talking about, and it's spelled out in like the annual letter from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Mm-hmm. They're encouraging vaccines. When you get an area and you get that good vaccine access in there, and people aren't dying every day of preventable disease, population growth naturally levels out so that they're not growing hugely, like having 50 kids just so like 3 of them survive. So the population growth naturally evens out, and you get more sustainable growth, and you get a healthier population overall, and birth rates do fall as a natural result. And that's what he was talking about. People took that and they're like, oh, he wants to control the population and kill people.
They can't.
To clarify that, what he
kernel of truth again.
Sorry.
Go ahead. quickly, please.
Just to clarify, what he was saying is that people have a lot of kids so that some of them survive to take care of you when you're old, and so if you don't have to worry about your children dying, then you don't have to have 10 kids. You can have 2. Right. And you notice that in America is a perfect example of population control, because in America, our healthcare, we do have good healthcare. We do have vaccinations. People are down. What are we down? Our death rate is higher than the birth rate now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So it is proof that Bill Gates' population control through vaccines is working in America.
You need to have at least 4 kids so that the odds are one of them grows up to be a Hollywood kid.
Yeah, of course. Well, I'm not taking nothing that Bill Gates makes. Like he's in the effing lab making stupid.
They say from their microchip phone and computer.
Yeah, he's sitting there fucking grinding stuff. I can't wait to get this into people so I can populate control. Dude, shut up.
He's not Lex Luthor, okay?
God, they know.
Thanos.
There's even a fake meme goes around. It's like the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. People are saying, and then like on the top it says like population control or something. They're like,
oh yeah,
that's fake.
I saw someone share that. I'm like, y'all can't be thinking of that stupid. It's like one of my favorite things that conspiracy theorists always do is like someone put an ad up on Craigslist for crisis actors, and they're like, "See," I'm like, "Come on now, you have to think if the government is doing this, you think they're going to go to Craigslist for the same? You think they're going to go to the place where people pick up hookers and broken blenders to pull this, mass conspiracy off, to pull this fake shooting or like 9/11? You think they use Craigslist?
Bro, I can't. Well, and then okay. One last thing, and this is not about Corona.
We've said that like 6 last
things
ago.
This is not about Corona.
I've been trying to make fun of stuff this whole time.
This is about the crazy people. But the news media, they generate 25 stories a day. 50 stories a day, okay? They generate 350 stories. One organization, 350 stories a week. 1,400 stories a month. 15 to 18,000 stories a day times 100 media outlets. There's 180,000 stories. Are they going to get some wrong? Yes. And those are the ones that's the kernel of truth again. Look, the media is lying to you because they get this wrong. They don't show the retraction or the is a mistake or whatever. Dude, they're doing 250. Correction. There's probably 1 million stories a year that get populated by the media. And they're going to get some. There's a percentage that's going to get wrong. A tightrope walker is the only one that can have 100% at their work. But everyone else, there is some sort of miss. You misfire or whatever. What's that?
My fiance asked me to bring her the green brush, and it was clearly a blue brush. And I wanted to show you guys and get your opinion on what color it was.
It was blue. I saw it.
Oh my God.
We're settling domestic disputes now.
I know. It's court theme music. It's from People's Court. People's Court is still on? What are you talking about?
With Judge Marilyn Milian.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's not the show that's the problem. It's his impression of the music that was the problem.
This Forces show brought to you by Memorable Lights brings your memories to light with 3D printing lithophanes, photos seen through life. We offer many forms of delivering your memories in light. Night lights, cube lights, coming soon. Lampshades, memораblelights.us. Say it in the yard for lawn greetings of Toledo. For all special occasions, they will custom make letters just for your. You've seen a lot of these now out there.
Do they do pictures? Like, can I get them to make a face?
Yeah. Yeah, well, like let's say it's a happy birthday, Aaron. He's 5 and he loves superheroes. There's going to be superhero ones out there with the names and stuff too.
So, like, is the face made out of lawn? Like they cut it like a laser, or is it like a different thing?
They're wood letters. They're wood letters, and then you stick them into the ground. So
I think it would be cooler if they used a laser on the lawn. I'm just gonna say. I'm sorry. I think
they're not
way
lizard
cooler.
people.
Oh, yeah.
I think our sponsors are
technology.
I think our sponsors are doing a fine job at what they do. We're not going to talk crap about them.
Right.
We love our sponsors.
And Colleen Sugar just came up with Andrew's next business idea.
So the bottom line is that's why I want us. It's almost like I want us to be in the bunker together. Like when the whole world collapses, Like, just the normal people have to stick together.
Oh, I thought you meant like us on the show need to get our own bunker because
Yeah.
Like,
I
I'm okay with
Totally
that.
down.
Have you just totally abandoned the ad copy?
All of yes. Oh, sorry. Yes. all of us, including like the listeners. We just need to get it like so we're so.
I
the
forgot
normal-
Tiefel was here though, so that we
That's
have to we have
Yeah.
to decide.
I would not be bunkered down with Chris Tiefel and Andrew Z.
We have to
But
travel.
what I do
the
know
traffic and normal.
is a lot of us are big. We're gonna need a lot of rations.
We're gonna need
lot.
a big
I was just
bunker.
thinking in my head, I'm like, okay, well, I need a lot of mac and cheese, and I need to put it somewhere where nobody can steal it. Like, I'm gonna get the good mac and
It was funny,
cheese.
it was funny 'cause I have mac and cheese in my back seat of my car.
We're gonna survive
So
and then
the
kill
right-
each other over mac and cheese.
Yes, no. Guess what?
Ice cream.
I keep in my car in my
Superman
trunk
ice cream.
a case of ramen, just in case I'm in one of those situations where somebody gets in a car crash and they like survive for like
And they have
a
hot
month
boiling
sucking.
water.
You can eat the raw noodles and sustain your life. Is what I'm saying. Just in case, because you know those people get lost in the woods in their car and they get by sucking on pennies or something. Like, no, I'm gonna have my ramen. I'm good. I'm good.
You need to get you some MREs.
Yeah.
I know. I looked into that because I'm crazy,
You are.
but they're kind of expensive.
Okay, so when you're eating
Expensive.
the dry, brittle noodles like it's a sandwich,
Better
What
than
are you
sucking on
doing?
pennies.
what are you doing with the flavor pack? Are you sprinkling it on the top,
Yeah,
or
I
are you just
think I'm
dumping
gonna,
it
like-
in your mouth and mixing it in there?
No, I'm gonna sprinkle it. Like I'm gonna cut off a piece, and then I'm gonna put just a touch of the seasoning on it, and then I'm gonna munch on it.
But here's
Have
the-
you practiced this?
But wait,
I,
but
know,
here's,
but I literally have thought about the plan of how to do
wait,
it.
hold on. But here's the problem.
But what if you don't have any hands? What if your hands are useless?
Yeah, well, then what if you're useless, Holly? Don't question me.
I've been told that a time or two.
So here's the problem, though. If the noodles, they're not a full, like water. Some things go through them. So if you sprinkle the packet of flavoring on the noodles, you're gonna lose some of the flavoring.
I'm
have
gonna cup it in
hold
my
on. No. You know, you got to put the flavoring on your tongue and then put the noodles in there.
And then what? Swish it around to make it
Yes.
soft. What is wrong with you people?
You have to snort the powder actually.
Yeah, that's the best
Is
way.
that what you do with it?
I really,
This is
I think we're instructing people how to die of too much salt at one time.
I should have a Sugar's Doomsday Prepper
Yes.
thing, and it will be all incorrect information, but it'll be things that I literally think.
Hey,
I
Sugar,
want you
I want to
guys-
see you do this tomorrow. Or
I
on
want you
Monday.
guys to stop for 1 second and just think about what Denny said and how freaking bad snorting a line of the flavor packet of ramen would hurt.
That's the way us thugs do it.
And in the
Wait,
world,
Sugar. What flavor of ramen do you have in your trunk?
chicken,
It's
of
Gramps.
course.
Listen,
What
it's the
brand?
same flavor
Shrimp?
with different
Oh.
colored packages.
Shrimp is.
Look,
Shrimp does not taste like shrimp.
Look,
Can we talk about when I went to the store? I was obviously stocking up on ramen noodles.
Yeah.
I love the Oriental flavor, and I'm like, I love this flavor. Where apparently now it's called soy sauce flavor, but I couldn't find my favorite ramen for literally like 3 months until I figured it out.
Because
They changed the name.
Go ahead, Denny.
Can we I just want to talk about shrimp real quick. Listen, when the grocery stores were going crazy and like everything was getting bought up and like all the stuff that like people were kind of stocking up on, all the other flavors of ramen noodles were gone, and it was just like 7 rows just stocked full of shrimp. Nobody wanted shrimp, even in the pandemic. Shrimp is awful.
You know
I
what?
like the scrimps.
You really find out what people are willing to put up with in a crisis when you go to the grocery store after it's been cleaned out.
That and like gluten-free stuff, you could find all of it.
Like the only soap I could find, the only hand soap I could find was coconut milk scented.
Did you know that the shrimp flavored ramen is the exact same as Sea Monkeys? The same packets.
Shut up.
The same packets.
Oh, sea monkeys. So like nobody knows what sea monkeys is nowadays.
Nobody.
I do.
This isn't
I
the
had sea
80s,
monkeys
Andrew.
when I was little.
See, I know. So the Sea Monkeys.
Andrew just ruined a lot of people's lives right then. They're crying right now. They've been eating sea monkeys this whole time. Didn't you know?
I know.
Well, they had to
I
find
had it
another
in
market
front of
for them
their
after
sea
they got
monkeys.
unpopular.
If it
Just-
wasn't
just
for South
sitting in-
Park, I wouldn't even know what they were.
Just sitting in front of your sea monkey little aquarium watching sea monkeys and eating sea monkey ramen right in front of
Oh
them.
my
Just-
god.
That's how you express dominance.
Yeah, that's right. You show them. Hey, you better be good, Sea Monkeys. It's going to happen to you too.
I am your god.
That's right.
I will eat you or let you live, depending on your
anyone
word.
anyone who had sea monkeys that didn't play "I Am Your God" is lying.
All right.
I had sea monkeys once, but then it cleared up.
This is the most random show we've had.
I know. I know. Kohl's is removing Jennifer Lopez and 7 other brands from its stores. The popular retail plans on removing 8 brands from the stores, including several well-known names like Jennifer Lopez, Juicy Couture. They're saying they're creating an assortment that are right for their customers. They said the
Wait, is Juicy Couture that one that just has juicy on the ass of the pants?
Yeah.
Yes.
How is that couture?
It says
It's not. It's fake news.
we will exit 8 downtrending women's private brands.
It's the same way you're a comedian.
She got jokes.
Oh, damn.
I do, you don't. That's
At
the
least I
thing.
don't got them bangs.
I know because I have
Savage.
COVID hair.
That was rough.
That was bad. That was
rough.
bravo.
I like that.
That was rapid fire right there.
Woo.
Pew, pew, pew.
Whew. That was rough. Okay, Disney issues a blunt disclaimer, says that before a small portion of Orlando Resort's about to reopen, right? So they say, a quote, an inherent risk of exposure to COVID-19 exists in any public place where people are present. COVID-19 is an extremely contagious disease that can lead to severe illness and death. By visiting Walt Disney World, you voluntarily assume all risks related to exposure of COVID-19. They're thinking that will exonerate them. We talked before about how if you go to a place and you get the Rona, is the people liable? So Disney,
Not at Disney.
Disney feels that this is sufficient for.
I feel like that's as good a legal shield as the sign at the laundromat that says we're not responsible for lost or stolen items.
Yeah. I mean, and like, and if you've ever been to Disney, like if you're like anywhere around water, they're like, hey, just so you know, there's alligators around. And I think like that's the exact same thing. Like, hey, if an alligator gets you, it's not our fault.
Not our fault.
We have there's a sign.
We told you alligators were here.
At the original OG Disney in Orange County, California, they had a tree, a really old tree, that just it fell over one day. I don't know why. It just fell over and it injured like 5 people.
Mm-hmm.
And it was on the news for like 2 hours. And then like maybe one more mention that night and then nothing else mentioned. Disney
wipes
lawyers
that
are
stuff off.
really good about keeping that stuff down.
They are. They are, dude. Did you know that I read somewhere, and I don't know if I'm trafficking in fake news, but they don't allow police or fire or anyone in Disney. They have their own people that take care of it all, and the emergency workers. There's a deal. We will not go anywhere where Disney is. We let Disney handle it. They have their own police department. They have their own fire
Honestly,
department.
probably the
You know
Disney
who
police
else
and
does that?
firefighters are like super well funded. Like you fine.
Probably better.
I'd like to see them stop the police from coming on their property. That would be.
I don't
If
think the police
anybody
don't
could do
try.
it, Disney could.
Yeah, I don't think
Disney could do it.
But my point is, police don't try. They just know we're not going to Disney. Disney got to handle.
They show up with like birds on their shoulders and they're like singing to you while they're taking care of you.
That'd be great if it was a Disney parade. If Mickey comes out with a stethoscope and those two things, it goes boom, shock, go.
Like, an EMT just comes up and kisses the lady that's laying there knocked out, trying to wake her
She
up.
wakes up.
It's fine.
That's how we do things.
Boy, those Disney EMTs, man.
They are hot.
Now
Oh
I
my
just want
god,
to see
have you seen
Goofy
them?
do a tracheotomy.
Go ahead, Holly. What are you gonna say?
The refinery, because we live right by Toledo Refining Company. They have their own fire department.
Yeah.
Oh, well, probably they need to because,
Yeah.
like, if an oil catches fire, then like Ohio will burn.
I feel bad for people on the east side. There's got to be cancer all infected all in these. You can't tell me that that pollution being shot up in the air 24/7 for years and years is not doing anything.
Oh,
Well, did you know it? every major metropolis, basically, the rich people live on the west side and the poor people live on the east side because the wind goes west to east. And in some, like in Mexico, in some cities, you can literally see like where the west-east line is, because you'll have like uber rich like condos and everything, and then the slums. And the slums are always where the pollution's at.
It's so interesting you say that, because I used to go to St. Louis, and East St. Louis is the bad part of St. Louis.
Yeah. Every east side is the bad part. You
That's
learned something
interesting.
today.
Yeah,
Yup.
no, I didn't know.
I never thought of that.
No, I didn't either. Because
Yup.
they want all the chemicals and bad stuff to
You guys been to the south side or the north side? Like,
But the
that's-
east side is the worst.
but she's
girl.
saying-
We have
Yes.
2 refineries in the
that's
east
true.
side.
But she's
It
saying
is
east
true.
anywhere in the country for the most part in the east.
Yeah.
There are, not saying there's no bad in north or a south, but they're
Right.
saying everywhere you go, the uniformed is the east is always bad. Interesting. All right.
I'm smart.
We'll have to
Well, then
do some
explain
research.
the Jeffersons.
Yeah, that's true. They're moving to
Well, it depends
they're
on where
moving-
they were moving up from.
They-
it's all
they
perspective.
to the
Yeah.
side. Yeah, that's true.
It's all subjective, all of
It
it.
is.
Kentucky fires a cheerleading staff after a hazing investigation.
This pisses
The
me
whole
off.
staff, or
Yeah.
like,
It
or like
pisses me off.
Yeah, they fired its cheerleading coaches after an internal investigation determined they failed to oversee off-campus events that include hazing, alcohol use, and public nudity by the championship
Why would it
squad.
be the coach's responsibility to supervise
Exactly.
off-campus things?
They said
They're
It's
adults.
off-campus.
They're adults.
this.
well, we have to know more about it, because if like
right
they
now
found,
it sounds like a party.
but if they found out about it and didn't do anything about it, then maybe
But again, why would it be
They're
their responsibility
adults.
to do anything about something that happened
Well,
out
Chris,
of their
let's hear
supervision?
the rest of the story before you start yelling. How about
okay,
that?
All right. Well, there you go. So Kentucky, who
We are feisty today.
I know, who's won
Feisty.
24 national titles in 35 years. The 3-month investigation also found lax oversight and poor judgment by longtime advisor, Kentucky's principal deputy general counsel, retired days after learning of the investigation, being told to have no contact with the squad. The review, which involved interviews with more than 60 squad members, coaches, administrators, found that the activities occurred last summer during a retreat at a Kentucky lake and a cheerleading camp in Tennessee. It stated that some cheerleaders at the retreat performed gymnastic routines that included hurling teammates into the water. So what?
They were naked.
Normal
They were
camp
naked.
activity.
They were naked.
Known as basket tosses, while either topless or bottomless, within view of some of the coaches. Coaches also didn't confiscate alcohol brought to the retreat by some team members. Some cheerleaders at the camp were directed to perform lewd chants and wear outfits that did not have underwear. The report found no sexual assault or sexual misconduct during the trips. They failed to take sufficient steps to address the conduct. They did not act in ways that would protect the health, safety, and well-being of our students who are trusted. It seems like I don't know. I mean,
I
The
feel
kids
like
were having fun. The kids were having fun, and there's like 3 bitchy Karen mothers who found out about
go
it.
ahead, Danny. Well, go ahead.
if you think that, I mean, or if you're a coach and you find out stuff like this happens, you have to perform some sort of disciplinary action, or you're responsible. Because if you guys don't know what's going on, or what had been going on at Michigan State, with lack of oversight, with certain sexual misconduct things going on, this might be like a little bit of an overreaction because of what happened there.
Right.
But I would rather it be an overreaction than an underreaction.
And if you're a coach and you're seeing these things happen, like
And you don't
you
stop
have
them?
to, you can't just see it and let walk away.
Right.
You
Go ahead.
have to say something. You have to punish them in
There
some
has to be some
way.
sort of suspensions or something.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Go ahead,
just-
Tifel.
like I feel like a better way to have described this, instead of off-campus activities, which just implies they were off campus doing their own thing.
Right.
They should have described it as at cheerleading camp.
Right.
activities.
Yeah, it was.
And
Well,
then,
now-
and then there wouldn't have been the whole me going, what the hell?
Right.
and make you look
One of those people who pop off because of the headline, Christopher.
Yeah.
That wasn't the headline. That was after the headline.
Let's just like crop Chris's reaction out to it and just make it seem like he was just perfectly fine with it.
Holly, go ahead.
What's the big deal? They should be able to do stuff topless and bottomless. The only problem Chris Tifel has is how not there.
With the coaches cheering him on.
Yeah.
Giving them scores. Ah, nice boobs, Holly. That's an 8.
Holly.
Not you, Holly. I don't know why Holly.
Oh.
Holly came
She
in.
got really
Holly-
happy.
She
Don't
got
take that
really
away from her.
excited.
I didn't mean that.
And one thing. But no, I could see if like there were kids at this cheer camp, but the cheer team has come out. I don't know if you guys have read into this, but the cheer team has come out and said it's not fair that the coaches are being fired because these were all adults making adult decisions.
Right.
But they're saying that because coaches were there, they should have stopped it. Like you're at a cheerleading camp.
Was anything they did illegal?
I mean,
Was this a high
And
school or college?
inappropriate doesn't
It was
necessarily
the
mean
University of
illegal.
Kentucky.
Oh my God! I thought it was high school this whole time. That
Oh,
is
me
dumb.
too. This is college.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is
get
outta
them have their
here.
titties
No.
out. Let them have their titties out.
Yeah, that changes everything. If it's
Yeah.
college and the coaches are not participating, let that go. No.
Yes.
Did you not
Absolutely.
hear me say they're adults? They're adults.
Yeah.
If they want to drink
Yeah,
and
we
be
Well,
thought
naked,
you
yeah,
were one
but
of
I
those
just
weird
thought you
people
were
that thought
off.
15-year-olds were adults.
Yeah, I just thought you were off. But no, that's grown. That's grown.
Yes.
There's nothing.
It's
Yeah.
grown folks
Right.
stuff. As long as you're not having to do that to get on the team.
Right,
But if
yes.
You're, if you're just doing that for fun, you know, you're doing baskets into the water. You're naked. Your boobies are showing. Big deal. That's what.
Did any
Okay.
of the cheerleaders claim hazing or anything?
No, it
It's
sounds
always
like
a-
they were defending the coaches.
Yeah.
Some Karen ass mothers were like, "My precious angel would never," and she's the one with tops and bottoms off behind the
No.
dumpster at the cheerleader camp.
I'm telling you guys,
What happened-
this is what happened. This is because of Michigan State.
Yeah. Go ahead. Holly.
somebody shared too much on social media and it got back to the school. That's probably what happened.
Yeah. Say yeah.
Because social media is the death.
Covering,
Oh my gosh.
covering their ass. All
If
right.
if I
What did
had
you say,
social
shove it in their
media,
ass?
Covering
well,
their
I'm
ass.
that's
so
not-
glad social media didn't exist when I was a teenager and in my
Yes.
20s. Good
Yes.
lord.
Oh Lord.
I would have to be deleting everything.
know.
I think I had a MySpace like my senior year.
I would never get a job ever.
I had a MySpace, but I never did anything with it.
This
I had a MySpace and it played Dolly Parton as soon as you clicked on it, and like the cursor was a fairy with glitter, and it like made your computer stop. It was really good.
This portion of the show brought to you in part by Lufka All Natural skincare and household cleaners, reusable household products, natural toothpaste, body scrubs, soaps, lotions, essential oils, and so much more. The Country Charm shops in Perrysburg. All right, you got any final comments there, Holly, over there on the Twitter sphere, on the
Yes.
Facebook?
Sugar, Georgia has a solution to your ramen noodles problem.
Oh yes, what is it?
You're going to keep Ziploc baggies and bottled water in your car, and then you put the water in the baggie and use your body heat.
Oh my
cook your
God,
noodles.
Georgia, thank you. That is smart. I'll put them right under my fupa, and
We
they'll
now
sit there for a while.
we now know who got the brains in the family.
Thank you, Georgia. That's a good idea. I'm gonna have to add that to my doomsday prep, which is
Yes.
tragic.
right under Sugar's fupa, where she's gonna warm it up.
Yes, listen. If I had funny story, back in the day when I used to go out and be wasted, like my early 20s, I like.
You
if
mean
we went-
last Tuesday?
Like pre-corona.
Shut up, Poe. If we went through like drive-through on the way back, I would store my double cheeseburgers under my fupa so they'd be super warm by the time I got home. That's a true story.
She's got her own crock
Okay.
pot.
Instead of using,
pot.
I mean, you say my sister's a smart one, but instead of telling someone to use their bodily folds to warm up food, why not just put it on the dash in the sun?
What if it's winter, Tifa? What the?
And sun comes out in
Don't
winter.
yell at me! I swear to God.
Go ahead, Denny.
Oh well, I don't know how I'm going to transition out of that.
I don't know, dude.
The Last Dance concluded this past Sunday, but ESPN is not done airing great sports documentaries. There's one starting this Sunday on Lance Armstrong. He's a part of it. It should be interesting to hear his
Sorry, I'm
story
on Cheryl Crow's side on that whole
and,
thing.
hear, and to hear his side of the story. He's going.
Wasn't he an astronaut?
That is interesting. No, he was the
He
bike
was
rider.
the one ball bicycle guy.
You know what, Andrew? Good luck finding a best of clip in this one.
Man,
This show has been a hot mess.
Now, Armstrong is an astronaut.
Neil Armstrong.
Neil
Neil
Armstrong.
I was so close. Just give that one.
They got that one.
I got it.
They got that one starting this week. Then there's going to be one on the summer of Sammy Sosa and Mark McGuire starting in a couple weeks, and then there's another big one is coming after that. So
I saw a report real quick that was saying that the Michael Jordan, he the reason he didn't want to do all this because he didn't want to come off as the bad guy or the villain in this thing.
Mm-hmm.
He said in the end, exactly, he knew what was going to happen. And people are now trying to portray him as kind of the villain in this because
he's not.
That's what he's like. I knew that was going to happen.
He's an alpha male, wanted the best out of his teammates.
Yeah.
He pushed them to where they wanted to go, and they won championships because of it.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of Karens that were watching it that are like,
well, yeah, because their kids can never be Michael
Listen,
Jordan.
Karens are gonna Karen. It doesn't matter what you do.
That clip where Michael Jordan looks at the camera and says, "You're going to think that I'm a tyrant, and that's only you because you've never won anything," and that's 100% correct. If you feel like Michael Jordan is a tyrant or a bad guy because he would do anything to win, it's because you wouldn't do enough to win. Period.
Ooh, Coach Denny. Yes.
Damn, right?
I feel so inspired.
I know.
Look at all these little soft people.
I'm ready to play. I'm ready to jump.
I'm ready to live by that.
I know.
I'm ready to go shoot some hoops. Just kidding.
Just kidding.
Clear eyes, strong hearts won't lose.
And
Oh my God, I love Friday Night Lights.
And no matter what, 20% of people are always going to be Karens. No matter what, they just want to be different. It's just the way that's the way social media rolls. So, all right, for Chris Tiefel, Holly Rupert, Sugar Vermont, Denny Crum, Southside Gina, and Colleen Z. I'm Andrew Z. We'll see you tomorrow night. Monday. Have a great weekend. We'll see you. That's why the show is so crazy today. It's the last show of the week.
That's our Friday.
Yeah, it's the last show of the week. All right. See you
I got
guys.
so buzzed last night. Wasn't that an astronaut?
See you guys Monday.